Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Lacey Clifton.
We've got really good weather coming for Thanksgiving, 50s and sunny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the little turkey on your 7 days dancing about it.
Yeah,
it's a great forecast.
Yes.
As I was driving through the rain, all I could picture was, just thank you, this is not snow.
If it was snow, it would be a lot more snow.
Fingers crossed, everyone will be adding umbrellas to their costume.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. You know what I feel sorry for is those kiddos that are ready to jump in the leaves. They're going to be all soggy the next couple days.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see fall making a comeback, because after that last snow, I was like, this is it. It's going to be chilly for the rest of the year.
Yep.
The next drawing will be on Tuesday.
That is impressive.
What do you even do with that kind of cash?
I was going to say, what's the first thing that you would do?
Oh, goodness. I might not have been here this morning. Just to be honest. Love you guys, but
Yep.
You got any ideas?
I'd pay off my student loans first, and then I'd buy a car.
Fair enough. Okay, can you afford to control the weather with that?
Now, I wish that I could.
There.
Yeah.
All right, now Lacey joins us now and has a little bit of a personal twist to add to this story.
That's right. I've had several people ask me over the last couple of months, what's my weight loss secret? One person even asked if I had gastric bypass surgery, but I've actually been doing this diet, and through diet and exercising 3 to 4 times a week. Since May, I've lost more than 65 pounds.
Look at that.
So my catalyst for starting this journey was knowing I needed to take my health back. And of course, I just want to put my healthiest and happiest face forward for all of you watching at home.
You look absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I feel better too. So give it a shot if you're up for it. I know everyone's got the Thanksgiving meal on the brain. This might be your rebound. A Sullivan County family continues to search for answers 6 years later. Today marks the anniversary of the tragic murder of Lowell Badger. The 85-year-old was found dead inside his Sullivan County home. News 10's Abby Kirk sat down with Badger's son. To this day, he's still seeking answers. A $30,000 reward has been established for help with solving this crime, no matter how large or small the tip may be. Call Crime Stoppers at 812-238-STOP. Friday marked 77 years since the Japanese Imperial Navy struck Pearl Harbor Naval Base in a surprise attack.
A date which will live in infamy.
More than 2,000 Americans died from the bombings. Many U.S. airplanes and battleships were destroyed. Just 1 day later, the U.S. declared war against Japan, thrusting the nation into World War II. People gathered locally to honor one of the last surviving veterans of the Pearl Harbor attack living in Indiana. Thomas Hill served in the Navy for over 5 years. Now he lives in the Town Park Assisted Living Facility in Brazil. That's why the facility and the Brazil American Legion held a special ceremony Friday. They recognized Hill and other veterans who live there. The Legion says they're always honored to help recognize local veterans, especially those staying in assisted living. There was prayer, plaque presentations, as well as a small feast afterward. Veterans like Hill say they're humbled to have seen so much support for their efforts serving our country. Have you noticed some relief at the gas pump? Well, that's because officials say U.S. gas prices have reached their lowest level of the year. That's because OPEC agreed this week to cut oil production. The national average for a gallon of gas is $2.44. Pump prices are cheapest in Missouri, South Carolina, and Oklahoma. Gas prices are highest in Hawaii, California, and Washington State. OPEC is still negotiating with Russia to cut its output in a bid to boost oil prices. After a deadly flu season last year, this year's season is starting off slow. That's according to health officials. Indiana saw its first flu-related death early in the season. Many were worried that was not a good sign. Union Health's ER medical director says they haven't seen any confirmed flu cases yet. Dr. Tusi adds that it's not too late to get your flu shot. She recommends one for everyone ages 6 months and up. Well, thousands of rape kits in Indiana are untested. Now, Hoosier leaders are working to fix that problem. The state wants to launch a statewide tracking system for new rape kits. The plans are outlined in a new report. The goal is to have the system in place by the end of next year. The plan gives victims the ability to track their kits with a claim number and PIN. They'll be able to see when testing is finished and whether a kit has been destroyed. The proposal comes after an audit last year. It found many kits are still sitting on shelves. It's a familiar sight during the holiday season, the Salvation Army bell ringers. They're raising money for those in need. The group is struggling to hit a big goal in Knox County. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan has more on how city and county officials are stepping up to help out. After counting the bills and checks, organizers say there's only a $27 difference, but they can't declare a winner until the change is counted at the bank on Monday. For more information on how you can get involved, head over to our website, WTHITV.com. Well, calling all kiddos, Santa Claus could use your help. Today, the Terre Haute Children's Museum is offering the Elf Games. 10 activities will challenge kids with STEM skills and fun. After completing all the games, kids will become an official elf. They'll even get to make their own elf badge. Museum organizers say it will be a great time for all. Those looking to get in on the Elf Games can head to the Terre Haute Children's Museum. The games are today from 11 until 3, and the price is regular museum admission. And you still have a chance to help Wabash Valley kids have a gift to open Christmas morning. The local Toys for Tots collection drive wraps up today. The Marines will be at Top Guns in Terre Haute. You can stop by to drop off your donations from 10 this morning to 6 this evening. They're asking for toys for kids 17 years old and younger. So, are you a morning person or a night owl? Your answer could have an impact on your health. A new study shows night owls could be at a greater risk for certain diseases. More on what this study could mean for you is coming up. Plus, if you're still locking in some plans this weekend, stay tuned. Storm Team 10's Chris Piper's in next with the forecast you need to know. And as we head to break, here's a look at last night's scores from In the Paint. You're watching News 10 This Morning, Weekend Edition on WTHI. Breaking news right now from Terre Haute's north side. Take a look at this live picture. Firefighters are on the scene of a house fire. This is at 4th Street and Elizabeth Avenue. That's just off of Highway 41 north, across from the Cross Tabernacle Church. Crews got the call about a half hour ago. They found heavy flames and smoke. As you can see, they've done a good job of quickly knocking down the flames. Commissioner John Marvel tells us that there was a bed bug found on a chair in one of the offices, but he didn't elaborate as to which office it was found in. But he wants to stress this was not an infestation or anything for customers to be worried about. However, it did slow down business a little bit earlier this morning. When I was there before 10:30, a few offices were sealed off with green tape. Marvel says 2 offices and 2 adjoining offices were sealed off as a precaution. Now, by this afternoon, the auditor's office was back open, but the CASA office was still taped up. Commissioner Marvel says even though it wasn't an infestation, they're still taking treatment very seriously. Commissioner Marvel says that in the coming weeks, they will continue to treat this problem so that it doesn't reappear in the future. Reporting live from the Vigo County Annex, I'm Lacey Clifton for News 10.
We don't have a choice. We buy it or we die.
Millions of Americans are spending hundreds of billions of dollars for the very medicine that keeps them alive. Good afternoon. I'm Lacey Clifton in for Susan Dingle. It's Wednesday, November 28th. The price of insulin diabetics need continues to rise. This can lead to risky behavior by diabetics to save money. I spoke with one local woman who faces these tough decisions every day. What's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year is often the most stressful for mother Alex Harvey.
So it was Christmas of 2015 when the doctors told my kids, you need to maybe say goodbye to mommy.
Harvey was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes late in life. From that, she's had many complications and has spent years trying to learn her body. On top of that, she's faced what she calls the silent war against diabetics.
You do the best you can to manage what you think you're going to need and the pricing that you're going to need, but just like this morning, go to buy insulin and it's doubled in price since last month. So it's like, whereas I thought that I was going to be able to afford it, now I'm kind of in panic mode.
The average list price of insulin has nearly tripled in recent years. This has caused diabetics like Harvey to make some tough calls.
I'm supposed to change my test site once every 3 days. I sometimes have to, put as much insulin as I can in there and make it last 6 to 7 days sometimes.
Harvey also tests her blood sugar about half the time she's supposed to daily to save on test strips, not to mention a common move among diabetics, rationing insulin.
How much can I use this day? Because is tomorrow going to be worse or is tomorrow going to be better? It's like I shouldn't have to sit there at the end of the day and be like, woohoo, I barely had to take any insulin, so I have it for tomorrow.
So as Christmas approaches, Harvey will continue to juggle spending for diabetic supplies and trying to put presents under the tree. when all her daughter is asking Santa for.
And she said for someone to take my mom's diabetes away.
Coming up on News 10 at 6, we'll have Harvey's message to those who control the pricing on her life-sustaining products.